My it is postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, which also had an aspect of PTSD from a traumatic birth experience that I had. My story is, I had my first son and everything went great in the delivery room and everything, and about 12 hours later I started severely hemorrhaging. Well, I didn't realize at the time until months later that I almost died because of it. So afterwards, the recovery period was just a lot longer in the first place. I wasn't able to breastfeed, I wasn't able to do a lot of the stuff that I had planned on doing, and I just saw myself just kind of slipping further and further into just mom guilt. I get like severe mom guilt. I felt horrible and like I was failing everything. I sought treatment, started seeing a therapist, things got better. And then when my second came around is when it got really bad after my second. And it got to the point where I felt at one point that my kids would be better off if I wasn't even around. They give you all this information about birthing, but there's not a lot when it comes to how to take care of yourself after. I had support, but I didn't have the right support. I had my family members, I had my husband, which was great, but they didn't know what I actually needed at the time. So we sought out a psychiatrist outside of my healthcare plan, which was kind of hard financially, but it was worth it. And he actually was able to get me to a position where I was able to accept everything and start working through all my issues and everything. Honestly, I think it was a combination of the psychiatrist that I was introduced to. He really helped me with traumas from my childhood that I didn't even think were playing a part into everything that was going on after I had my children. And then also becoming a postpartum doula and helping women in that time has been super therapeutic for me. Being able to be that resource, and I feel like every time I help them in that situation, like it heals me more. I decided to share my story because I think it's really important to help other people know that you're not alone. This isn't something that's gonna define the rest of your life. It's a moment in time and you need to get the right support, and it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to accept help. I think my advice for someone going through a tough time would just be, don't give up. Ask for help. If you can't physically bring yourself to ask for help, try some way to seek it out. Because the more support you have, the more likely you are to get out of the tough situation. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Everybody needs help. You have to tell your story. That's the only way to get this out to people, is if you tell your story.